The water level of the Wyrding Way is the spirit of the mind. Centering at the water level means centering with the mind. Centering at the water level means always striving to seek the truth about your universe, and not merely what you wish to see or what your senses tell you. Remember that anything you will ever learn or know has been filtered through your senses. What your mind can perceive is but a small fraction of what is really there. This may seem like a limitation, but it is also the ultimate freedom, because it means that all of your reality is controlled by your mind. When you can change your thoughts, you can change your world. The real nature of the universe is deeper and more mysterious than we can ever know, at least in this present form. But that does not mean that we should stop trying to learn and to understand. Your universe is forever limited to the boundaries of your senses and the powers of your own mind. But because of this, you have the ability to create your own universe and your own reality. The true nature of centering at the water level in the Wyrding Way lies in the ability to shape your own reality to your own expectations. In many traditions throughout the world and across time, water symbolizes the depths of the unconscious mind. The power of the Wyrding Way comes from diving beneath these waters to explore the creative energy that lies in the shadow. To overcome a past trauma at the water level is to center with the unconscious mind. To be a vision seeker in the Wyrding Way is to navigate the seas of the unconscious mind. The shadow realm is the gateway to other worlds and to other ways of being. If your traumas are blocking the gateway, it is impossible to seek these other realms, and so it is impossible to unite with the powerful creative energy of the shadow. Contrary to popular belief, talking about trauma alone does not heal it. When your fight or flight response is triggered, it bypasses the parts of the mind that are used for conversation, for talking and listening. The unconscious parts of the brain, where the trauma is stored, literally cannot hear comforting words. More work is needed to heal trauma at the unconscious level. The shadow mind is the seat of all our imagery related to trauma. To heal trauma at the unconscious level, we must first retrain our brains using the powerful images created by the shadow mind. This is why it's important to do shadow work. To begin shadow work at the water level of the Wyrding Way, you must first pay attention to your dreams. In a time of need, I stretched out my being in search of a new home for my people. And there in the dream time, I learned that the places I had seen in dreams were as real as the places I saw in my waking. The greatest secret of the Wyrding Way is that all dreams are real. When we close our eyes at night, we enter into the void and travel to new worlds. There in the void, we can create a new reality for ourselves and for others. We can create a reality in which healing is possible. There are dreams which are merely caused by our minds emptying out the clutter of the day. These are not the dreams of which I speak. When you have experienced dreams that seem more real than life itself. When your dream makes you homesick for a place you have never been. When the dream takes you to a world of experience beyond your fondest longing. You have found a dream that is the key to changing your reality. Such are dreams that lead us to places that seem familiar, yet we know that we have never been in this life. These are the dreams which are the doors to many worlds. In my journeys into the void, I have learned that when we sleep in this world, we travel to another world and another life. When we sleep in that other world, we travel through the void back to our lives here. Some of us may even have lives on several worlds, taking place all at the same time, within our dreams. The only limit is our own imagination and our own will to power. Learn to seek these dreams. When they appear to you, learn to recognize them. When you learn to recognize them, learn to navigate them. When you have learned to travel at will in these dreams, you will have the key to healing trauma at the water level. To center with the mind at the water level, you must first begin to heal the trauma that lies beneath the surface of the waters in your own unconscious mind. Your dreams are the golden path to the unconscious. To heal your deeper traumas, you must learn to navigate the dream world. To begin exploring your dreams, before you fall asleep, tell yourself that when you dream, you will look at your hands. When you look at your hands in the dream world, you'll become aware of being in the dream. This is the first step. When you can regularly become aware of being in the dream, the next step is to find a guide in your dreams. This guide may be a person, an animal, or even an inanimate object. It should be something or someone who calls out to you in the dream. Ask your guide to lead you to your hidden trauma and follow it there. First, be aware that you are going in search of your deepest and darkest fears, so be prepared to encounter them. Remember that now that you are aware you are in a dream, you may wake up at any time should you need to. There is nothing here that can harm you any further if you choose not to let it. When you confront them here in the dream world, you are the master. You are in control. You can banish them with impunity at your leisure, or you can learn from them whatever lessons remain to be heard from them before you consign them to oblivion. Remembering this, you will always be in charge of the situation. Trauma reactions exist to protect us. They serve as a warning that helps us to escape danger. The problem is that memory remains long after the danger has passed. These traumatic memories are like a wolf stalking in the thorny moor of your unconscious mind. The wolf is there because it thinks it's protecting you. That is why angry confrontations will only make it much more fierce. Combat is not the way to defeat such a wolf. It must be bound. Our ancestors bound such a wolf with a magical chain made of the sound of a cat's footsteps, the beard of a woman, the spit of a bird, and the roots of a mountain. This magical chain was called the Open One because it did not function like other chains. It did not bind the wolf through constraint. Instead, the wolf bound itself. The more the wolf struggled, the more tightly it was bound. In the end, the wolf realized that the struggle was pointless, so it stopped attacking. Forging such a magical chain may seem like an impossible task here in the waking world, but at the water level, you are not in the waking world. Here in the dream time, everything is possible. You may forge your chain and bind your wolf by reminding it of its job. The wolf is there to warn you, but now the danger has passed. Instead of confronting the wolf, thank it for doing its job and release it from its duty. Only then may the wolf be bound. The memory of the shadow wolf will always be there, just beneath the surface of the waters. But bound in this manner, it will no longer have the power to harm. When you have mastered this skill and have bound the shadow wolf, you will be centered at the water level.